It was a sweet little owl. It was marked $7. I looked under, it had the tag on the bottom, and then I looked underneath and I saw that it was signed and it dated 1982, Glenn Heath, 1982. So I got it for $5, happy, figured maybe it's has some value. Well, when I looked it up, there is a little bit larger one, a little bit taller, basically the same, just a bit taller, that just sold for $188. This is Carrie Keith with Sunshine Vintage Vibes. I am a home decor reseller. I have an Etsy shop where I put all of my items, and I took a trip to Colorado to visit my son, and I did some thrifting. So I have lots of thrifting videos, and then I hit a Goodwill and a Savers before, and I think a Savers after, and I think an estate sale. So I'm gonna loop that all together because I didn't get a whole lot at Colorado. Now that Southwest has changed their baggage policy, not allowing free check-in bags that you have to pay, it totally changed the way I thrift when I travel, especially obviously by flight. So I was super picky, and I didn't pick up a whole lot of stuff knowing that I would have to pay for my baggage to come home. Before, when I would thrift and travel, we would pack suitcases in suitcases. They would be packed with lots of bubble wrap, but now that has changed, so it's probably good. Otherwise, I would have definitely filled 2 suitcases. So check out the thrifting videos, and then we'll come back here and we'll do the haul.
Like Elsinore, it always delivers. So I saw these. I hadn't grabbed a cart. Now I grabbed a cart. I put the little fan, but I grabbed these. $3.99 for a set. It's pretty good. So I found this original art. I like the colors, and then it's dated 1989. When I looked at the back, it said $7.99 for 3. So I looked for the other ones, and here they are.
Attention Goodwill customers, right now we have green tigers on sale. Any green tiger that you want is only $1.99. Also, we do work.
Now I'm at the Savers in Murrieta. Let's go check it out.
I like this one, but $8.99 is a lot. It's great though. Oh, it's got a crack. That's out. And I like this one. $6.99. I think I'm gonna take that one. Oh, I see something down there. It's an abacus. Let's see how much. $6.99. Oh yeah, that's definitely taking that. What's this? Interesting, right? Here's this. Well, they don't. I don't think they go together, but they should. Different colors. And how much is this? This is $5.99. That's not bad. With a little dip. I'm not sure about that. Let's think about that. So I looked these up, and there is one set of 5 listed for $60. So this is a set of 6, but I'd be in at about $30, maybe $25 minus this one. Have to think about that. What else they got here? Ooh, I like those down there. I don't know what. Ooh, look at these. Mid-century. Look at these. Are fun. $3.49. There's 2 of those, and then they got a whole set of these. Jeez. These are great. $3.49. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 of those. Okay, so I like this. I looked it up. It's Pier 1 from the 90s. It's supposed to have a straw in the back. Taking this little guy, I like him. Maybe we'll go see if we can find the straw somewhere. I like this turtle. It's made of wood. $5.99. Bushes. Ooh, that's heavy. No price. Get the bags and see if we can find that straw. Here's some candles. I do need a couple of those. Are taper, flat. I think I'm gonna grab these. $4.99. You know what? These cats are kind of cool. $4.99. I think one's broken. Yeah, one's broken. What is this? Ooh, ripple clear. I need some tablecloths for my pop-up. I only have one. Here are all my purchases. I even got something for my niece, who is having a baby. I am in Colorado and I am thrifting. I came to help my son move in and decided to stop at a couple of thrift stores. I spent the day yesterday with him at thrift stores looking for some furniture for his apartment, and he isn't going to be ready till the afternoon. Push. So we were in here yesterday to pick up furniture, but I did not get to thrift. I have quite a bit of stuff. Let's see what we can find. I love this. My daughter's in Sydney right now. Love that. I like it, but it's not in the best condition. $8.49. Oof, a little pricey. Lots of figurines here. Lots to look through. And it keeps going. You know how much I love this set. $12.99. Prices are a little bit high. Okay, gave up my cart, but now I found a couple things. I think this is cool. I don't know if it's new. I love these ducks, but they're $9.99 each. I'm gonna leave those. And then I saw this thing, $5.39. I don't know if that's. Not sure if this is new. Coasters. Okay, I'm gonna look this up. Put my cart away because the rubber was off on the wheel, and I'm just gonna grab this one thing. $5.39. Prices were a little more than I had thought they would be here, but we'll just keep on trying. I swear they only have these in Utah and Colorado. Diet root beer floats, diet root beer on tap float, drive-through. I'm gonna check out the local Goodwill. I'll pop in what city I'm in. Broomfield, Longmont, not sure. This looks like fun. Okay, I'm gonna look at the furniture first for my son, and then we'll go look for me. I'm gonna grab a cart. Love this display. Got all the Colorado teams. Oh, this like display. Look at this pear is cute. Looks new. Okay, we're gonna go look at the furniture. What I noticed is they put stuff on each rounder. How you gonna like search each one? I'm gonna be here all day. This is cool. Okay, that doesn't work. I love this little thing. $2.99. Seems. I wonder if there's another one. Let's see if we can find another one. I think one is enough. Oof, that is too dirty. I just sold one of these, but the long one was too much. $5.99. Okay, I'm not gonna get it. It was $2.99 maybe. These look like bookends. $1.99 each. That's a pretty good price, but they're a little beat up. That's pretty surface. I could put some felt on the bottom. Maybe on those. How fabulous are these? $100.99. They are so great. Oh, it's so great with the stand that rolls. I love this little guy. It's Hallmark, $1.99. It's cute, be cute for Christmas. I saw a little snuffer that I'm gonna get. Don't need any candle holders. This I kind of like, but it's in rough shape. And this little ABC box is so cute, but it's kind of dented and a mess. Let's go. $3.99. Pass. What's this one too? $3.99. This cat's cute. And that's got $1.99. Now we're talking. Kind of sweet for Christmas. Maybe. I like this thermos. $5.99. 1970s. Got the lid. Nice lid. That pin's big. $5.99. I don't think that's worth it. If I was home, I might grab it. Ooh, I love this. Think about that. I love this little door plate, $1.99. That was a good bargain. And then this gold snuffer, $1.49. Here's my purchases. Now I'm at Goodwill in Boulder. Love this brass tray. What is this? I just picked up one of these Pyrex, $3.39. I don't know if this one is new. I gotta check it. Now I'm at Red, White, and Blue in Arvada. Love this Mickey Mouse Department 56. Oh yeah, that is going in my Christmas shop for sure. This looks like a Christmas haul. Now I'm at the Goodwill in Arvada. My phone storage is full, so here's my haul. I can't wait to look at these postcards. Found an Elvis plate for $5.
Message or no receipt?
I'll take a receipt. Now I'm at the original Global Thrift, and I really like this jar for $7. I'm gonna take it. Now I'm at the Arc Thrift in Arvada.
I think this is arc number 4.
I like this little wood car, handmade candle holder. I'm gonna think about this one. I like this piece. I think I'm just gonna grab the lamp for my son. Here at Mountain Thrift in Longmont. I like these bookends. I've been selling a lot of wood bookends. $3. Set of 2.
I know.
I think this is like my 10th Arc store. I love this mirror. $2.29 at such a good price. Snuff is cute. $1.99. I just picked up a couple ones. I like this little green dish. $3.49 divided. Green's been selling. Look how cute this place is. I am headed to the airport, but I'm about 4 hours too early, so I'm gonna thrift my way to the airport. I'm gonna start with this cute place. Love this booth. This booth speaks to me. This is my second favorite or equally favorite booth. Super cute stuff. That's a wrap on Colorado. I will be back in October to see my son and more thrifting. There was music at the antique fair, so it was really hard to hear me. So here is all my purchases. It was a super fun day. I definitely will be back.
So I hit my local Goodwill in Lake Elsinore before I went to Colorado, and I picked up a few things. I got this gold snuffer. I got 3 snuffers this past week. So I got this gold snuffer. I think it was like $3.99. I love the little swirl. I have it up on my Etsy shop for $18. I also picked up these Indian glass. I love this green color. It was for a set of 10, $3.99. If you follow my Instagram, you know I had posted this because I couldn't believe it. A set of 10 for $3.99. Perfect condition, perfect for fall or the holidays. So these will be up on my Etsy shop for a set of 10. I think they're worth about $50. I also picked up some original art from the 1980s. So I'm gonna show you, I have three pieces of original art. I believe they're oil paintings, all on board. And then there's this, all landscapes. This one's really pretty with the color. There's a little bit of a mark on this one where it's come down. I haven't glued it down. I just sort of kept it so people know that there is a little bit of a flaw on this one. This one, they all are signed with an initial CM, but this one actually has the person's name back here and then also the date. So this date is October 1985 on this one. And then the last one, this one is a vertical. It's probably my favorite just because of the colors. I love these colors. This one is actually dated. Oh no, one of them is dated. So this one is actually dated 1989. And then the other one says 1986, and this one has her 3 initials, CEM, but all from the 1980s. I got all 3 of them for $7.99. I couldn't believe it. They're probably worth about at least $35. I also hit my local Savers. I had a coupon and I felt like I needed to go before I went to Colorado. So I picked up a couple of items. I found this pink depression glass. dish. I have quite a bit of footage, so I'm going to go through this pretty quick because you've already seen it. I think this was, gosh, what was it, like $4.50, something around there with the coupon. I grabbed a copper snuffer. When I was in Colorado, I found a silver one that's similar, or basically they're the same. I'm going to list these two together as a set for $18. And then I also picked up this abacus, which I just love. I love these. It's such a perfect addition to any bookshelf or home decor. So this was, I think, $4.50, probably worth about $28, $30. And then the last item I picked up at Savers was this Sun mug. This Sun Records. I am an Elvis fan. I collect Elvis. It's the one thing that I always keep when I thrift. So I did pick up this little mug. I think it was $3.99 that I am keeping. But it actually says Sun Diner, Nashville, Tennessee. So I haven't been out to Nashville in probably 30 years, or Memphis. So I don't know if they have a Sun Diner, but I love the mug because it's definitely the Sun Record logo. So that one I'm keeping. And then in Colorado, so I went out to see my son to help him move in, and I hit a ton of Arc stores, but I didn't pick up a whole lot. So I did grab, I have definitely got footage of this. This is that adjustable bookshelf, $5.39, probably worth about $45. I found this, that was at an Arc. This was at Goodwill. I think it was the Goodwill closest to campus at CU Boulder. It had some goblets, but I passed on the goblets and I thought it'd be perfect for the holidays. As I always say, I love this, sort of look. It's definitely my favorite. I picked up these little bookends. It was for 2 pairs for $3. This was at Mountain States Thrift Store in Longmont. No, this was at Mountain States Thrift Store, I think in Thornton. No, it was Longmont. This was at Mountain States Thrift Store in Longmont. They had a lot of great stuff. I love local thrift stores. They're definitely my favorite. And so whenever I'm traveling, I always like to hit the local thrift stores. And so I picked these up there. Again, $3, probably worth about $18 to $20 each. There's a little bit of wear on the bottoms, on the metal, but for the most part, there's one, which I will mark when I'm listing them. There's one that's got a little bit of scuff on the wood, but they're great little bookends, and I did test them. They're a little bit lightweight, but I did test them with some heavy books, and they seem to be staying up. I left them overnight just in case they would fall down, and they worked great. So again, these will be up on my Etsy shop. Along those lines, I did hit a couple of local thrift stores. You can see from the footage, I picked up a table. I don't know if I got video of that because I was trying to get that. That was for my son. I think I grabbed a lamp and a paper towel holder and some other stuff that I don't have that because I left it for him. But I did pick up this really cool hand-carved jar, and it is marked on the back. And it was $7, probably worth somewhere around $30. This will be up on my shop. Everything's gonna be up on my shop except, of course, the stuff I bought for my son that I left, and then anything Elvis. Speaking of Elvis, I hit another local, and so there was 2 locations of a global thrift. And so this was the first one, and I found this. I was so happy, $5. This is the King Creole plate. I'm not like a person who has like plates on their wall, but I have a cabinet. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see I have a lot of Elvis memorabilia. So I just keep it in my cabinet. I put a little easel. I don't really display a whole lot of the plates. I don't know. Of course you can see I love Elvis, but so I picked this up, $5. This will not be in my Etsy shop. That is only for me, but everything else will be. Along the bookshelf bookends, I guess that was my theme. I picked up these 2 bookends, this pair, and they're really nice. They're really nice wood with the ceramic and the hummingbirds, and they have brass bottoms, the brass base, and they have brass bases, which are really nice. They're very heavy. These were only $4, and they're easily worth $45 to $50. They're really nice. And then I also picked up, when I picked up that snuffer, I did pick up this little back plate for a door. I think it was $1.99. These are hard to find. I never see these around. I'm looking for one for me for my front door. I have one of those old electronic door things that doesn't work. We never use the front door, but I'm really looking for something really fabulous for my front door. This one is more for like a side door. It's for a little bit smaller, but if you're going to use it for a door, but I'm definitely looking for one. So I don't see them very often, so I grabbed it. Probably worth maybe about $30 just because they're hard to find, especially antique ones. Then I grabbed, so the Goodwills, and I did hit a couple of Goodwills. The way they merchandise their inventory, I find really hard to shop. So on the home decor, they put a lot of their merchandise, a lot of their home decor on top of the clothing rack rounders. And so they're high up and there's kind of not really a theme. It's more decorative, which I can appreciate the way it looked. But as a shopper, I find it really hard to shop because the clothing racks are all kind of squished together and you're sort of walking. I found it really hard to shop at the Goodwills on the racks, but they did have some shelves. So I did hit some and I did buy some stuff. So I did pick up these these framed vintage postcards. So I actually picked them up for the frames. You can see they're like these copper frames. I thought I could pop out whatever was in them and put like a picture because I love them. They're all set to hang, but they're actually vintage, actually antique postcards from 1912 and 1914. So this one is unposted, but this one is actually posted and it has a 1 cent stamp. Can you believe it? Stamps were 1 cent. So in the 1900s, now they're like what, 52? I don't even know what they are. But it's really sweet and it has a message and it's dated 1914. And it has a message from the wife and the mom and the kids because she says her name and babies and I assume to her husband, but it's so sweet. So I am keeping the postcards in their frames. Actually, I'm not even sure I can pop them out. I feel like they were welded together. If you know how you would be able to get these out, I'd love to know. But I'm keeping them in their frames. They're going to be sold together as a set. One was $2.99, one was $3.99. I don't remember which one is which. I assume the one with the stamp would be more valuable, or is it the one that is plain? I would think the stamp has more value, but it doesn't matter. I'm selling them together as a set. I've done some research on it only because that's how I found out about the postcards. But they are marked with the dates, so they will be sold as a set and up on my Etsy shop. I did get a couple of Christmas items, so if you saw the footage, you'll see them in my basket. So there are a couple of Christmas items that will come out on my Christmas haul video. I'm dropping all of my items on Etsy on October 1st for the holidays. So I picked up one item that I was really excited about. It was only $7.99 and it's easily worth $100. So that made me feel happy because I didn't mind paying the $35 to check my bag to get home, to get all of this stuff home. So I feel like that sort of paid for my baggage, my luggage, and then some. So all of those items will be in my Christmas haul. So when I got home, I felt a little like I feel like I still needed to thrift. If you haven't checked out my Utah video, you have to check it out. I drove to Utah and I thrifted and it was so crazy. My car was packed. So because I drove, it was a lot easier to bring things home. Whereas in Colorado, I really was super picky and I feel like I didn't get enough. So of course I had to hit my local savers where I picked up these Crosno, I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, Crosno glasses. These are martini glasses. They are from the 60s, late 60s, 70s, and they have this etching, this gold etching, if you can see it. But some of it has worn off, which is such a bummer. They put the tags on the glass instead of the bottom. I don't know why they do that. It drives me crazy. So I soak them forever so that I wouldn't have to peel them off, and it still peeled some of the gold off, but they're still in really good condition, just a little bit of wear on those gold. I will have them up. So I had a coupon. I always have a coupon when I go to Savers, and I think they were like $5.60 after the 20% off. So they are pretty rare. They're about worth at least $50 or $55. So they will be up on my Etsy shop, the pair. I picked up this Wood Valet. This is like a desktop organizer. I remember these from when I was a kid. I swear my parents had one of these in their office, so I knew it was old. It's definitely marked. It's by Swank in Japan, and they were used for your glasses and like paper clips and staples and whatever else, pens, whatever you needed on your desk. But I think it would be great for like a nightstand where you could put like your AirPods, and for those of us who need reading glasses and any other little items that you need by your bedside. I think it's in great condition. I already oiled it up, so it's nice and shiny. And then last Sunday, I hit the Torrance Antique Street Faire. It's the first time I've ever been there. I don't know how long they've been doing it, but I used to live in the South Bay. I actually had a booth at Hermosa Beach Antique Mall, and then I had my own store with my mom and older sister. We had an antique store for quite some time, but I don't remember them having it then. But it's the first time I've been there, and it was surprisingly like large. I was really happy to see how many vendors there were. So I picked up quite a bit from that. I got some art that I was super happy about. I picked up some needlepoint. Let's see, without the glare. And framed. And then at the same place, I picked up this box, this hinged box. And so I got all of this for $10. Can you believe it? $10 for these. So that was my first purchase. And then I found this. I've sold quite a bit of boxes, so I did pick up this Pentagon box. It's actually Japanese, so there's like half of a sticker left, but I did a deep dive, thank you ChatGPT, and they were able to figure out that this is Japanese, and you can see the tree, the etched tree on there, but it is a lidded box. It was, I think, $4, and it's probably worth, I think I've been selling my boxes anywhere from $25 to $32 depending, but this pentagon shape is hard to find. And then of course I picked up another abacus. This one is actually marked on the back, on the bottom. So this is black, the other one, I think, where's this one? So I got 2 abacuses. This one was $7, a little bit more, but it is has the marking. Then I picked up a little bit of artwork. I got these krill fruit, these krill fruit. We got pineapple and grape. They are framed, and I think she was selling them for like $3. It was like buy 5 things for $10, but I couldn't find anything else on that table. So she ended up giving these to me for $5. They had a lot of Elvis there. I had to sort of refrain myself because I have a lot of books and I actually don't even know what books I have. So I don't tend to buy books because I think I already have them. So they had a lot of books, a few things I already had, but I didn't have this. So I picked this up. It's like a singing blue Hawaii. He looks kind of crazy there, but I pulled him out. He doesn't look as crazy as he looks on the picture. So I'm keeping this. This was like $6, but I'm keeping this. And then there was also this little wallet. So my last wallet ripped. I'm using like this like beach wallet that I when I go to the beach and I just want something small. That's what I've been using. And my niece made fun of me. She says I'm like a little teenager. So when I was there, because she was with us, my sister, my mom, and I were all together. So I bought this little Elvis wallet because I got to switch out my, I guess, teenage wallet for this wallet. I think you can see it's got the Elvis. It was like $3, but it's pretty cute. It has like a little change and you can put your ID. So I usually don't like use my Elvis stuff, but I'm definitely going to use this one. $3, so you can't go wrong. Then I picked up one thing for Christmas. That'll be in my Christmas haul. You'll see it. I think it was in the footage. And then the last thing I picked up, I still can't believe what I got for this one. It's on my Instagram, so if you watch me on Instagram, Sunshine Vintage Vibes, you will have already seen this, but I picked up this little, so it was at the same vendor with the fruit krill embroidery, it was the same vendor that had the pineapple and grape art. So I got this and those for $10. So this was basically $5. It was a sweet little owl. It was marked $7. I looked under, it had the tag on the bottom, and then I looked underneath and I saw that it was signed and it dated 1982, Glenn Heath, 1982. So I got it for $5, happy, figured maybe it's has some value. Well, when I looked it up, there is a little bit larger one, a little bit taller, basically the same, just a bit taller, that just sold for $188. So his His work is quite collectible, Glenn Heath. And so this one is dated 1982, so it's probably worth about $150. Can you believe it? And I got it for $5. It makes me sad sometimes when these vendors don't know what they have, but I didn't know either. So I just loved the look of it. And then I saw it was signed and dated, so I grabbed it. That was definitely my best buy at the Torrance Street Fair, which is every month. I think it's the 3rd or 4th Sunday of the month. I have to look that up. I'll put it up on the screen when I confirm that. So I think it's the 4th Sunday of every month, because Long Beach is the 3rd, and sometimes the 5th if there's an extra Sunday, but I think it's the 4th Sunday. So if you are in Southern California, you definitely have to check out the Torrance Antique Street Faire. It's really fun. There was a lot of it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I will be back. I am heading out in 2 days. I am going up the coast to Monterey, and I am thrifting my way up there. There are so many thrift shops. I have to kind of narrow them down. So I've been doing a little bit of research and Googling to see which ones are the best. I will have that haul hopefully for you next time. Thanks for watching.